Stress has become such a common occurrence in our day to day lives. It is a negative reaction in our body and mind due to an unpalatable situation that we may encounter. It mostly always arises due to a new situation at hand, pushing us away from our comfort zone. Situations that we have encountered in the past and have learned to handle do not stress us as such. Not all stress, though, is bad. A certain degree of stress, in fact, is helpful, as that helps us to take action, for example, in a fight or flight response to a dangerous situation. Stress can be felt at the level of physical, mental, emotional, or psychological. Furthermore, stress can be classified as acute or chronic. Acute stress is experienced over a short period of time, whereas chronic stress manifests slowly over a long period. A person may experience acute or chronic stress at any one or more of the levels spoken earlier. Let us try to tackle each one of them separately. Physical stress. This stress may arise due to pains, aches, discomforts that we may experience at the bodily level. We can find relief from acute physical stress with the help of natural methods like massage, stretching, walking, change of posture, sitting in the correct posture, and also at times with the help of a medicine if it happens to be of a severe nature. Chronic physical pain or stress, on the other hand, takes longer to resolve as it has, over a period, penetrated deep into our system, altering our internal functions of the body, and therefore requires a much greater effort and change in our lifestyle. This is where yoga plays an important part. It can help bring about a desired change in our lifestyle and thus help in reducing and even slowly help us in getting rid of our chronic stress. For this, we can practice yoga asanas. These should initially be done under the supervision of a yoga teacher. Asanas can be done for 4 to 6 days in a week. This practice will help bring a balance in the body and mind, make our body flexible and strong, and slowly pain or stress free too. Asana should be done either before meals or 2 hours after meals. Mental stress. Mental stress is experienced at the level of mind. It can arise due to unfavorable circumstances that we go through during different points of time in our lives. For example, office or work related issues like a dominating or an ununderstanding boss, indifferent or a rude colleague, work pressures, meeting deadlines, etc. Mental stress could also result from personal or family issues like incompatibility in marriage, children's issues, loss of a loved one, our own or a family member's health issues, etc. Mental stress needs to be accepted and understood before we can do anything about it. Also, mental stress should not be ignored or allowed to fester for long, as it can lead to anxiety and depression, and thus increase mental health problems. Yoga helps in not only dealing with mental stress, but also helps in keeping it at bay. The practice of pranayamas and meditation on a daily basis can be of a great help in this regard. They help in the proper flow of prana, that is oxygen, in all parts of the body and thus leading to a balanced state of body and mind. And such a state is a stress free state. Emotional or psychological stress, anger, fear, worry, jealousy, etc., are all normal human emotions and are a part of our lives. The problem arises when these emotions override our mental state of mind or overwhelm us to the point that it starts to interfere with our daily activities. In such a state of mind, we remain preoccupied with our negative thoughts and lose focus. To address emotional stress, apart from doing pranayamas and meditation, we could also follow yamas. This is the first principle of the Eightfold Path of Yoga. Yamas are the great vows to be practiced at all times. The 5 yamas are: first is ahimsa, that is non-violence. This should be practiced both at the physical and the mental level. That is basically, we should not think negatively about our own selves or others too. Similarly, we should not cause any physical or mental harm to self or to others. This practice will help us to be in peace and harmony. Second yama is satya, truthfulness. This principle is about speaking the truth. It is about acting with honesty, even when we are not being noticed or judged. However, it should not be done at the cost of harm to others. In that case, it is better to keep quiet. Third yama is asteya, non stealing. This practice of non stealing is applied to material things as well as respecting others' time, energy, and hard work. For example, we practice asteya when we do not take credit for work that is not done by us. Fourth yama is brahmacharya, that is right use of energy. Doing everything in moderation, be it eating, sleeping, exercising, working, that is avoiding extremes in all areas of our lives, is brahmacharya. Fifth yama is aparigraha, that is non greed or non attachment. This means not hoarding or taking more than what is needed. We must be prepared to let go of our attachments, our fears, our fixed ideas, and our past experiences too. So, guys, let us take out some time from our busy schedules to practice asanas, pranayamas, meditation, and also follow yamas, the great vows. This practice will not only reduce our stress but will also help us to experience health, happiness, peace, and joy. That is the beauty of yoga. So let us make it a part of our daily lives. Please feel free to post your comments below or ask any questions, and I'll be more than glad to answer. Like, share, and subscribe too. Wishing you all a lot of happiness and smiles. Thank you for watching.